So anyway, about 2 weeks ago now, I finally reached the western edge of the world here, and I was searching for jungle, you see, so I basically teleported to spawn and then just sort of headed west. Later on I'll compile a clip of greatest hits, I suppose, things that I've seen in my journeys, that kind of business. But I didn't find any jungle. I found birch forest, plenty of snowy biomes, desert biomes, beach biomes, and forest biomes, obviously, but not a single skerrick of jungle to be seen. There were a number of odd things that I did see, and as I say, later on I'll put them to music. I believe it was Sir Walsworth. I'd have to look at the video full size in order to do it. No, what am I saying? What's the word I'm looking for? In order to get my words right, I'm dead certain it was Sir Walsworth who basically teleported me to what I was looking for, which was a native jungle biome, completely unowned, and so I availed myself of the native resources, namely cutting down several trees and beating up the foliage until I got jungle saplings. So those will be already being decorated around my little castle of Eccles, and more to the point, there's a set of logs that are acting as a place for me to grow cocoa beans so I can make cookies later on, and possibly even cake. I mean, I've got I think we need eggs, milk, wheat, and there's certain cocoa beans are involved. Sorry, I just can't quite remember at the moment. But in any case, I started heading off north and was looking around at the various structures that have been built, and some of them are really quite nice, and some of them have that look of not quite finished yet, which happens from time to time. Let's go. In any case, I really do have to work on the shop at the base of my castle before I can formally open it. Loading up with... yes, oh nice. Yes, what I was thinking of? Oh yes, with obsidian is easy to do, relatively speaking, but it also gets rather dull after a while. Not to mention, it's a very slow process. I've got a diamond pick with unbreaking on it, so that helps quite a bit. But I think the majority of what I do is going to be selling food and possibly building supplies. I mean, I don't know how much cobble or raw stone or stone brick anybody needs. It's just a matter of putting it out and hoping. But at the same time, it was kind of fun, I suppose. Walking most of the time, and also sailing all the way to the western world. In fact, I'm dead certain I left a sign saying Eccles was here on a little islet, basically. Since I seem to recall, I'm just guessing here, setting up a small shelter, a rather emergency one, I believe. Not actually far off the mainland. And in any case, this is one of the structures I saw. I'm not quite certain what's going on here. It almost looks like it hasn't quite been finished. Maybe he's creating... I'm not sure what's being created. It's certainly odd, and looks fairly impressive in the moonlight here. Is that a potion shop? It must be. In any case, we'll soon know. I'll try and figure out where I'm going to go. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And also, I am seriously thinking... Did I do that job? I can't remember. But I also really need to start doing some regular wood cutting and harvesting of trees basically. I mean, I could do acacia quite nicely, and now I've got jungle trees, I can do them as well. And then it's basically taking the plunge. I mean, really, someone once told me, I did a sort of drive-by on the old Unicorn Jelly forums about Viscera cleanup detail, and somebody told me that they like to play it every day. It is their zen, as they put it. There's something underwater there, but I can't make out what it is. It's actually quite interesting wandering around at night. Anyhow, let's see what happens, Might as well take the plunge, and there's something else I'm going to say about taking plunges, but I can't quite remember what it is. Here we go! Kabloosh! Oh no. It's just a candle just above the water. Good thing I didn't try and land on it, otherwise there'd be crunchiness to worry about. So, one of the things that surprised me recently is that I've managed to get into Borderlands again. Borderlands is, well, it was billed as the RPG and the FPS, that is the role-playing game and the first-person shooter, had a baby. And apparently the baby was Borderlands, which is obviously sci-fi-ish, cel-shaded. You get to drive vehicles as well as run around on foot. And shut up, Claptrap, you are very annoying. Because when somebody is trying to tell you something, or you're trying to concentrate on the plot, Claptrap barges in yelling about how there's new missions available at the the Firestone Bounty Board, the New Haven Bounty Board. Crazy Earl has stuff he wants you to do, blah blah blah. And the idea is you're trying to find a mysterious vault. Boom! I like that. I always go for the rocket launcher in single player. I mean, it's like you say, the best kind of kill is overkill. Bonk. So I got pretty far. I did cheat. But at the same time, I happened to cheat my way up to a level where I didn't feel like I was being frustrated all the time. When I get a game like this, one of the things I want to do first is get the main quest done and over with, so that I can then wander around and enjoy it. Now, admittedly, with this game, also, I was thinking more in terms of RPG than first-person shooter. And this thing is more first-person shooter, in particular Unreal Tournament, than anything role-playing related. You don't have attributes to worry about. You can refine skills and abilities, but the big thing is that you are shooting. You are shooting with a large number of procedurally generated guns, and death is not as serious as it would be in other role-playing games, where you basically have to reload your game again. Oh, nice. So anyway, I did get that orange gun. Orange is incredibly rare. So here we are. We're going after that Baron, whatever his name is. Boom, boom, boom. Ready for headshots. Okay, now I think there's a turkey behind there. But when I started playing the game again, I noticed that the cheat mode had been turned off. It's actually not too bad as a state, because I managed to get to a point where I could actually enjoy the game again for exactly what it was. It's a stupid, runnery gunnery game, and it can be difficult to... Sentinel. That's the name of the gun, by the way. And it does require you to think a lot, because if you run out of money, you run out of respawns, and respawning is pretty pricey. That's also why there were those weird looking these weird looking pylons you have to get close to in order to mark as a waypoint. So it's sort of a console game ported to the PC. Someone said that about Rage as well. But Rage doesn't seem to have, I don't know, it's almost a certain amount of playfulness. I mean, sure, there is no persistence in the world. Not that it matters. Because, hey, there's no persistence in an Unreal Tournament deathmatch. There's nothing realistic about a battle where you're... yeah. There's no real... Gotcha. Pew, pew. Although after this, I found myself in a fight against some seriously dangerous Crimson Lance Wallies, and I wasn't particularly happy about that. So there's a save point just up there. I'm doing green, yep. My game is saved. But despite that, I haven't bothered opening up Borderlands 2 or getting Borderlands the pre-sequel. I don't see any reason for doing so yet. And also, it's a bit difficult playing Borderlands when you've got fraps running, because it automatically cuts your frame rate down by half. Now, how do I get up there? I don't know. But in any case, I did find out where I'm supposed to go after taking this wrong direction. But in any case, why don't we go off and play some more Minecraft, shall we? Anyway, on my journey to the west, the uttermost west, came across, I believe this is Crystal Dragon's lair, so to speak, and a very nice lair it is too, even though it's got a great big, I don't know, is that some kind of zombie robot killer thing that's menacing? Not sure. Those things that I can't really make out here. And as you can see, I've got a stick so that when I see something interesting I can whack it and find out what it is all about. Speaking of finding out what it is all about, I have downloaded Unreal Development Kit. That took most of Thursday night actually. But this is a nice house, this is impressive. I like this modern style building. Not quite sure why though. Very impressive. Prismarine lights. That's kind of nifty bit there. Lots and lots of clay went into that. Or is it? No, hang on. I think that's actually snow. It's made of snow, which is kind of cool. But anyway, maybe if I redo my building in that sort of cubist style, I should think about that. And then I came across somebody else's little enclave, as you can see. Chickens everywhere, I can hear them. Chicken footprints in your hair, chicken footprints everywhere. Yeah, anyway, I've actually gone a bit further afield for some of the music in this particular podcast. Just so you know, during the Borderlands sequence, we had a bit of dark psytrance, which I downloaded through ectoplasm.com. That's EKTOPLAZM.com, which kind of fitted just nicely. I'll have to look up the album name anyway, but I'll sort of plug it at the end credits. And I came across somebody's pumpkin farm, not sure whose, it didn't seem to be owned at the time. But it's not just pumpkin, I think it's cactus as well. Look what's going on here. So, no one's claimed this block. Still very impressive. Still not quite certain what's going on there though, or how it's supposed to work, because you can see a bit of cactus has fallen over there. But it's not for me to collect. Heck, they haven't even bothered to mine the iron. But along the way, we're going to pretty much finish with this. I got on my boat and I kept sailing west, and I got caught in a rainstorm, and it was sort of like floating on air. Well, that's how it felt anyway, as I navigated carefully around all the assorted squids and other greeblies and ganubries that might be hanging around. Along the way I did find a lovely little cove flanked by flower forest on one side and nightmare forest on the other, and a big old plain in the middle. And if I had any reason to, I would probably colonize that location if I could ever find it again, which I doubt. Yep, all lovely squiddies at play. I'm trying to avoid running into them because, once again, if you crash into anything in a boat, it disintegrates into 2 blocks of wood and about 3 sticks. You have to admit, I haven't been playing very much Minecraft recently. Life has actually been getting rather dull, and you can see that the sun is starting to set. It really is rather pretty. It wouldn't look like this, as pretty as this in the with the regular renderer. You know, you're sort of like zooming along in mid-air with particles flying out from behind you. It looks even more impressive as we get into night. Glub glub glub. Yep, there it is. You can tell the sun is setting. I did find someone else's landmass. It was really quite impressive, but the video for that bit I think got a bit corrupted. But in any case, I continue to sail along. It's quite impressive actually. I got this track, this ambient track that you can hear here beneath me. It's Lapsing by Paulsel, and I picked it up courtesy of Last FM. I was originally looking for some dronology to play here, but most dronology is a very sinister feel. Oops, I'm getting turned around. So there he is. Yeah, it was actually quite an adventure. Now that I've got, thanks to I think it was Sir Walsworth, certainly it was Sir Walsworth. I'm not sure if I'll continue to explore, because I know that going due south from my home I hit the southern edge, the northern edge of the world, as well as the southern edge of the world, and I'm carrying a torch, so all of a sudden I'm just sending little golden sprinkles behind me as I sail. Fun. What larves. Anyway, I'm just going to leave this here. This has been a pretty low effort Ecclescraft, but I've been wanting to do this for some time, and then I need to delete all the previous video. What's one of the good things about these shaders? When you're carrying a light source, it lights up the world around you. Whoop. Trying to make sure I don't bang into anything. I might just stay here for a bit and wait out the rain. Or should I say, wait out the night. So as I sail along in a trail of millions of tiny luminous squares, I can, well, good night.